Scorpio Chronicles. You already know the vibes. I'm Ari, your destiny advisor. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, all that notification, all that good stuff. And go over to my Instagram at Inspired by Ari if you want to catch up with me, what I'm doing, what I'm wearing. If I made it, probably. So as you can see, I got my little mannequin hair or whatever. And I really want to do a story time about my good up dress. Yes. Excuse the shorts, but yes. Yeah, so enjoy this little story time and let's get right into it. I went to the Vineyard last week, Saturday, for a friend's birthday, and it was so much fun. So I'm actually drinking the wine from the Vineyard that was in my little goodie bag. So, whatever. I'm not lit yet, but this will be a lit story time. So why do I have on this dress again? Because I made it and I can do what I want. I really just wanted to talk about a lot of things that I've been talking about in my previous videos, but I kind of want to just sum it up in one because there's something so magical happening right now. Fix the views, fix it, period. Okay, there's something like so profound that I'm going through right now in life, and if you are not new to my channel, you already know I am the queen of transparency. If you Google the word transparency in the dictionary, that's who you're gonna see next to it, because I don't sugarcoat shit. I tell all my personal business and my personal life stories as a means of entertainment, as a means of connecting with other people so that they don't feel alone, and as a means to really teach a valuable lesson through my personal life experiences. So y'all know how I've just been going off for a whole year. Actually, speaking of, my channel is 1 year old. Oh my God. And I'm just so excited. Like, to me, like, most people be like, oh, but Ari, you only got 38 subscribers. When I started this channel last year, it was just me talking to myself, okay, in an empty ass room, just feeling empty in general. So I'm grateful to my 38 subscribers. I ain't really been consistent like that, but we're gonna get it together, I promise. But yeah, shout out to y'all, and shout out to Scorpio Chronicles. Now I remember there was a reason why I poured a glass. Yes, shout out to my baby, my channel. We've come such a long way. Even just thinking about the first couple videos I ever posted, like, I'm not in that space anymore, and I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative, and I just feel like better about myself, about life, about where I am. Things could always be better, but instead of focusing on what I don't have, I just enjoy what I do have, and I have my peace of mind. I have this newfound confidence. I have new meaning and new purpose for my life and existence. And oh my God, yeah, shout out to my baby, my channel. But yeah, so in the midst of me observing all of these new aspects of myself, which I love, like, I really want people to understand that when you are growing and evolving, we always have this vision in mind of who we're trying to be or what we're trying to do and accomplish. But when you are actually like in like that manifestation, like, wow, I really have become the person that I so desperately always wanted to be and questioned if it was even possible. It's fucking possible, because I am that. But yeah, so briefly, I'm just going to talk about a story about this dress. I'm going to be talking about my experience at the Vineyard and the day after the Vineyard, which was Sunday, because all of these 3 things, they correlate together. Just cheers to y'all for this little story time. So story time, I knew I was going to the Vineyard. I knew about this event months in advance. Of course, typical me. I'd rather wait to the last minute and then be mad if I don't already have something made, or if I don't want to wear something that I previously purchased when I was still purchasing clothes. Like, I don't know, this can't just be me, but if you sew or make your own clothes, it's not the same. It's just not the same. So ever since my skills have gotten better with sewing, I don't go out and buy clothes because, first of all, nobody's outfits are going to fit me like how my outfits fit me. That's one. And 2, it's the energy and the love and the dedication and the work that I put in to make these garments. I think that's what really makes it slap. And I'm gonna go more into depth with that. But yeah, let me just tell y'all how I made this dress freaking 3 hours before the event. We were supposed to leave for the Vineyard, which was like an hour and a half away from my house. by 12:30 to be there for 2. Typical. It just did not work out that way, but I'm so glad that it worked out the way that it did. The girl that was riding along with me, she was actually running late, which was perfect because I was running late, still making this dress on my sewing machine. And I'm like, how the hell I'm gonna glue down my wig, I'm gonna do my face, I'm gonna make this dress and still be able to show up to this event on time, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'm not rushing it. Everything that's going to work out is going to work out in my favor. And that has really been my new mantra ever since Lionsgate 88 Portal. It's like information I already knew. Like, I already know the law of attraction. I already know the power of visualizing and manifesting and speaking things into existence and writing things into existence. Like, these are all things that I already knew. But I am finally in alignment with my inner being to where it's like now I just get it done. Like, I just do it. I just do it. And this is the happiest I've ever felt in my whole entire life. Like, all I ever wanted was to be happy. I ain't never asked for a shitload of friends or a OD excessive amount of money or a man. No, like, all I ever really truly wanted was to just be myself and be happy. And the more that I'm authentic to my wants, my needs, and just overall who I am, is I really see the magic happen. And not only that, I am the fucking magic. Okay, period. Write that down. So yeah, I basically made this dress 3 hours before the event. The night before, I have a shitload of fabric, so I could not decide what type of look I was going for. I could not decide anything, and I was just nervous because it's like I had all week to make this dress, but of course I want to wait till 3 a.m. the night before to decide, oh, how do I want to look and feel tomorrow. Like, one thing with me, and I realize this about everything that I am creative about, it's good to have an idea of what you want to do, but when it comes to actually like mapping out stuff, I think the process of mapping out things and following that mapped schedule, I don't like schedules at all. So I like to really go with the flow. And apparently the most I get in flow and inspired is when I'm under pressure. But I'm trying to work out of that. So I at least narrowed down this fabric because I decided I'm going to the Vineyard. I want to look good. I want to look sexy. And I still want to be in something playful where I can move around if the wind blows or whatever. Like, I don't know what it is about me. Maybe it's the nature girl in me, but I always just know the sun is going to shine on me and the wind is going to blow just at the right time to give me that Marilyn Monroe feel. And it happened. It works. So yeah, I had picked out the pattern, but before I even stress myself out, like, I'm not about to stay up all night trying to make this dress. I'm just not doing it. I'm like, you know what? All right, at least I got the fabric. So I woke up like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. that morning, brushed my teeth, took a shower, and got right on my sewing machine and got to work. And even though I was rushing it, in my mind, it's like self-doubt was creeping in, like, oh, it looks rushed, it's gonna look raggedy, it's gonna look blah, 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 blah. And I said, you know what? I don't give a fuck, because this is the fabric that I said I'm gonna wear, so this is what I'm gonna wear. And at the time, I really had no idea of how the dress would come out. I had an idea, but usually when I sew, I start with one idea and then I end up totally somewhere else. But the end result is always good. And that's kind of similar to how my life basically plays out. I always think I want something done one particular way, in one particular fashion, with one particular person, and only this avenue. But realistically speaking, it doesn't fucking matter how your manifestation manifests, as long as this shit manifests and it feels fucking great. So I just kept pushing myself, like, you know what? We can do this. We can beat the fucking clock. We can do this. Like, this is what you're wearing, because nothing else that you got in your little clothes rack is going to do. But this might. And the reason I knew that this would do it for me is because the love and the energy and all of my creative being that I put into making things for myself, I always feel drop dead gorgeous. I always feel empowered and amazing when I wear my own clothes. And I think because during the process of me making my own clothes, that's the energy that is infused along the process, within the process. So naturally, by default, by the time my garment is done, I always fucking feel and look bomb. Y'all don't believe me? Go check the pictures on my page. But so yeah, that was just a story time of the dress. So boom, my friend had started a group chat between me and her friend who was going to ride along with me to the Vineyard. And, you know, I didn't really know what to expect. I remember earlier in the week, I'm just like, well, what music am I going to play? Because I know me. Sometimes I like to be on YouTube and listen to my motivational speakers. Sometimes I don't want to listen to nothing. Like, I don't know how it's going to work. When I say from the minute I met this girl, the vibes were just right. The vibes were hitting. Like, the vibes were good vibes. And when I mean like everything worked out in my favor, her running late worked out in my favor because I had the exact right amount of time to finish my dress, do my makeup, glue my wig down, and I still had like 4 minutes to spare. So perfect timing. Like, I be stressing divine timing, but y'all don't understand until some divine shit happens to you at the right time, then you're gonna get it. The ride, like from the minute we got in the car, we were laughing, we were cracking up, we were sharing our life stories, and it was so good. Like, we did not turn on the radio the entire time. Like, we were just vibing. It was so dope. Remember, I told y'all, like, when your energy is popping and you encounter other people whose energy is popping, like, do you know how popping the energy is when both of y'all converse? Like, this is stuff I already knew, but it seems like whatever I come on here and I vlog about, literally, either right after, a few days after, or within that week, I will experience exactly what I've been, you know, trying to convey to y'all. And that's exactly what my experience at the Vineyard was all about. It was everything that I had said, you know what? I'm not people pleasing anymore. I'm going to be my true authentic self. I'm going to only do the things that makes me feel good. Y'all go and watch my videos. I know I be blacking and going on rants, but they're justified because I be getting what I want all the time. Never when I think I'm going to get it, and that's okay. Interjection. That is okay. And honestly, the fact that my entire day Saturday was just fucking magical. Like, I mean, that conversation already multiplied my good energy, my good vibes that I had already intended from days before, the whole week before. You know, the conversations that we were having, they were meaningful conversations about life, about relationships, about your soul, about personal development. And y'all know me, like, those are the type of shit I like. I don't care for the mundane talk, like what Meg Thee Stallion. I don't care. Oh, and that's another thing that has made my life a lot happier, I've noticed. I stopped gossiping because, one, I really don't have nobody to gossip with. I am my best friend. Two, I don't like social media. I'm not even like checked in. I'm not. I told y'all, I'll literally go on social media for 2 minutes, if that, and then I'm out for the rest of the day. I don't live on social media anymore. I stopped worrying about what all these celebrities and all these other people are doing, because really, that ain't none of my business, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. Furthermore, I don't watch the news, ever. I don't need to be OD informed about what the president and what. I don't care. I personally don't care. And you know what? My life has been perfectly fucking lovely. It's been lovely. Like, anything that is not predominantly positive or doesn't feed my subconscious and my conscious mind, I really don't feed into it. And my life feels a lot better. I feel a lot lighter. I don't feel as fearful. You know, I'm sure there's still things to be afraid of, but I have not really felt like paranoid or afraid or anxious in over a week. This will be the second week, and I love it. So I continue to do things that make me feel good and only feel good. And if it don't make me feel good, and I know from previous experience that it doesn't carry good energy with it, I don't even fucking entertain it. Not at all. Boom. So that was my little rant for now. Anyways, the conversation was just so good, and we mutually expressed our gratitude and appreciation for being together in that car on that day and just being able to be so transparent with each other, because we both know you can't just talk to any old body and be real with any old body. You can't be real with fake people. Just like you can't share your big ideas with small-minded people. it's counteractive. So I really just loved how we were both in sync and both in the flow of life in the universe. And then when we got to the Vineyard, even though we was mad late, it was good vibes. Like, it was such good vibes. Everyone looked beautiful. Everyone was just, we got drinks right away. It was really, really nice. The birthday girl looked beautiful. Like, her family and friends was there. And, I really had an epiphany in that moment, because it was just like, wow. Just a week ago, you were bitching and complaining about how you only want good people and you only want good energy. And look at you. You are literally around great people with great energy. And here's one thing that really stuck out to me. My friendship with her is fairly new, but from the day we've met, she had great energy and I had great energy, and that's what bonded us together. And we've gone out on a few occasions, and I've noticed no matter which group of friends she brings me around, everyone has really great energy. And that's how you know you're in the right company. Not only by the energy they produce and sustain, but the energy of those that they love and care about, and that they contribute to their good energy. So that was like, it was freaking black people magic up in there. I'ma just tell you, and I love black girl magic, black boy magic. I just love good people magic, in all honesty. Like, it was really, really good. So, bathroom break. I went to the bathroom, and I was waiting for her friend to come out the restroom. And, these two girls were standing there, and a guy, and they were just like, wow, I really like your dress. Me now. I really like your dress. I'm like, thank you. I made it this morning. And I think that's why I really love making clothes, just because when I get compliments, I get to just throw that little pinch of sugar in there, like, oh, thank you, I made it. Yes, I'm a designer. But yeah, they was like, wow, you made that? First of all, I would freaking buy that. I would buy that. And then the guy behind them was like, no, seriously, that looks really, really good. Like, it looks great on you. And I'm like, thank you. Oh my gosh. So for me, that was just confirmation. And it's like, I know that I'm super creative. I'm super talented. I have more than just wisdom and feedback to offer. Like, I'm really, really fucking dope in all G shit. In all honesty, like, I'm a dope ass person, just in general. And that doesn't take away from anybody else's dopeness. But let's just be real. I'm fucking lit. I am fire. Okay, I am a multi-dimensional being having a human experience and fully embracing this shit. Finally. I love it. I'm like so in love with myself. Oh my God. But so because I've always had like self-confidence issues, even though I know I'm super talented and I'm super creative and I have great big ideas and there's so much I want to do, I used to just shoot myself in the foot all the time because I'd never truly believed that I was good enough. And for the past few weeks, I just always acknowledge that I really am good enough, that I am the best at what I do, and that this is not about competition, because I'm my only competition. No one else is doing the things that I'm doing. Even if it looks like we're all doing similar things, nobody's doing it and executing it the way I'm doing it. And that brings me peace, and that brings me joy, and that brings me clarity. So I already know that my skills have been getting better, and even though I would love to beat myself up all day, every day, the amount of positive feedback I got on this dress on Saturday was just ridiculous. And I knew I would cry the next day, and I did. But so yeah, it was really so much fun. Now, what I didn't know was the guy who was behind the two girls who initially gave me a compliment, I didn't know that he was there with his wife, and his wife works for like a well-known brand, like high-end, like Balenciaga, Balmain, Fendi, like high-end that we all know. And I didn't know that he himself was a fashion designer, so I'm like, wow, small fucking world. But whatever, like, I just wanted to go out to the Vineyard and look good and some shit that I made. But this is what I'm telling you, when you just really focus on yourself and you really just love yourself, flaws and all, and be gentle with yourself and just push yourself anyways, you will be fucking amazed at what can happen and who you can meet and who's watching you. And wow, that was really, really dope. So the vineyard was good. We took some really fucking amazing pictures. Like, everything just lined up so fucking beautifully. Like, another one of her friends found some bubbles in the car. The girl that I rode with, she turned into a full-blown photographer. You know, we took turns taking each other's pictures, and the pictures I took of her were fucking amazing. Like, usually in the past, anytime I would go out with my friends or whatever, like, I'd always be the one to take everyone's pictures because I wasn't confident enough taking my own pictures. Like, I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, therefore I couldn't portray my full confidence in photos. Therefore, I labeled myself as being unphotogenic or whatever, which is so not true, because them pictures I took, go to my page at Inspired by Ari. But yeah, so it was really, really fun. Like, the bubbles were going, I was in the vineyard. Y'all know I love nature, so anything outside, I just feel like yes. It was, oh my God, I'm happy I'm telling this story. Like, it's almost a whole week later, but just to recall everything I just went through, I'm still feeling the fucking magic, bro. I can't even lie. So I'm totally gonna go make some shit after this video is done. It's probably gonna be longer than I think because there's so much videos in one, but whatever. Y'all love this story time. Come and get these good vibes, get inspired, you know, all that good shit. So yeah, we took pictures and then we left the vineyard and then we went to another location down the road to dinner. It was really, really nice. The hors d'oeuvres were everything. I always wanted to have quiche. And this time I had quiche and it was bomb. Like, you know, the little pastries with whatever they stuff it with. It was so freaking good. Dinner was bomb, okay? They had appetizers and I ordered dinner and I had like steak with chimichurri sauce and this beautiful champagne with some sugar. Oh my God, I don't know what it was. It was like a sugar ball that they threw in there and it was so fucking good. I think I still have the snap. I'm gonna just insert the little clips or whatever.
It's not good for us. We have too many perspectives.
Dinner was bomb. And, you know, the conversations were flowing, and just to see that everyone really drove out there to support her and love her, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm happy that we're building this friendship and I have you in my life. And, you know, appreciation. Y'all know me. I've been through a lot. I've been through so much. And by the grace of God, I do not look like what I've been through. But to finally make it on the other end, where it's like, oh, it's safe to breathe. It's safe now. Like, I think it's really safe to just not wait for the other shoe to drop. And I'm not in no fairy tale land, like all things are perfect, but things are actually pretty fucking good for me. They're good now. Yeah. I'm just so happy. Like, last year I was depressed. I was battling myself and just battling the world, honestly. And for me to be here on my channel today, making clothes, in a better headspace, just really happy. Like, I don't gotta lie. You know the difference between genuine happiness and fraud. Like, I don't fake shit. But no, like, I really can't believe how magical Saturday was. Like, when one thing just lines up after the next. And it doesn't always have to be something big. But it's how you react to the little things that make you feel good, which makes it larger than life. Large enough for me to still want to put this dress on, because I still feel good when I put the dress on, and just tell this story and be put in that good frequency space. So yeah, that was Saturday at the Vineyard and it was really, really dope. It was Sunday now. So Sunday I went by my mom's house because I had promised that I would come see her, and even though, you know, she's a little negative Nancy, you know, that's still family. Even though none of my family or friends are like me, they're still family, and sometimes you do need to be around your family, but only when you're in good spirits. So because I was still on a high from yesterday, I'm like, you know what? Whatever, fuck it. I'll go see my mom. And instead of expecting the worst, because usually it's pretty hectic when I go over there and there's always some type of drama, I just decided, well, if my energy, if my frequency is now in a better place, then by default, my good vibes and whatever possible negative vibes over there, they won't be able to match because we're on two different frequencies. So I said, you know what, fuck it. We're gonna go. My energy is good, so that's all that matters. I can't really control what everybody else does and what their energy point is, but mine is all right. And I went over there, and even to, you know, talk with the kids and just talk with her, I realized how, wow, I'm really becoming a brand new person. The way I express myself is, it's more assertive. Not in an arrogant way, although depending on who's asking, it probably could be perceived as being arrogant, but it's just assertive, meaning I'm very direct and confident about what I'm saying, and I believe in what I'm saying because these are, you know, experiences that I've lived. No one else has quite really lived my experiences, but I have. Therefore, who else better to share and talk about it? And you know, my stepbrother was just asking me, well, like, what do you do? What do you do for a living? And I'm like, well, I'm a destiny advisor. And he's like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, well, I basically, shit, even now it's still hard to explain because I'm still finding my path of least resistance, if you will. So I basically explained to him, well, what I do for a living is I help people awaken to their own destiny. And, you know, I just talked about the importance of discovering who you are. And once you discover who you are, being brave enough to act on that. And I think, I don't know, you guys tell me. Y'all watch my channel. I think my skills are pretty good. I think that we all have something to learn, of course, and we all have something to teach. And y'all know me. I don't have any interest of being anyone's scapegoat or their emergency 411 contact. No, because I worked really hard to get my energy up to this part. So I will not have anyone, not clients, not friends, not lovers, not family, drain me. And certain things that we do each other a disservice because no one should have a codependent relationship with you. Yes, we should be able to call each other and be able to share certain experiences. And if I have adequate advice to give to you, then yes, and vice versa. But under no circumstances should I be anyone's scapegoat. Should I be anyone's reinforcement or validation. And it's funny because I had a conversation with my cousin the other day and I was just telling her, she was like, oh, you know, just tell me to boss up. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I know it may seem harsh, especially when you used to be someone who's just like, oh, let me help you. Oh, let me help you. Oh, let me save you. No. I'm not saving anyone. That's not my job. My job was to save me, and I did that. And, you know, I'm just going to continue to work on me. But what I can do, because it's natural in our human capacity to do, if you decide that you are ready to put in the work, that you are ready to change, that you are ready to step on the path of your destiny, but you just need a little bit of help or just to be pointed in the right direction, I'm all for pointing people in the right direction. I'm just not going to walk the path with you because I'm walking my own path. And, you know, so I basically told her, like, I'm not gonna tell you to boss up because you know what you're supposed to do. You know what you're capable of. But what I will say is that I believe in you and I believe that you can do it. But what I believe is irrelevant because at the end of the day, when I hang up this phone, it's just going to be you and you. So the story that you tell yourself is way more important than this few words of me telling you, oh, boss up, or, oh, you can do it, or, oh, this is what you need to do. We all know what we're supposed to do, but we often want outside validation. And there's nothing wrong with outside validation except for when you rely solely on external validation. Because then if no one's there to clap for you and cheer you on, then you feel as if you're not good enough or you can't do it or you shouldn't do it or you're not as motivated. I know because I used to be someone who only wanted external validation. Well, when no one was there to help me, to cheer me on, to root for me, even when they were there to root for me, I just seen people deliberately not do it. It was just me and me. So I had to figure out a way to become my own cheerleader. And it took a lot of practice, days of crying, a lot of accountability on my end, and self-reflection, as well as forgiveness. So I'm always going to be y'all destiny advisor because I'm here to give y'all good advice. But only you can really decide if it's good advice for you. And the only way you're really going to know that is if you get to know yourself. That's why I always motivate y'all to cut whoever you need to cut off. That's a distraction, so that you finally have the freedom and the space and the clarity and the energy to focus on yourself, to get to know yourself, to fall in love with yourself. And we hear this all the time. Oh, just love you and everything else will follow. But it's really, really, really fucking true. It's true. It's true. My only regret is that it took me 27 years to figure it out. But technically, age is just a number. So this was the right time to figure it out. This was perfect. Yeah, I know that was a lot. But all I can say is there's beauty in growth. There's beauty in the pain. There's beauty in the times of confusion and doubt and all of that. Because, you know, like for the longest while, I've just been wanting to put some weight on. And I just couldn't. But now I realize why. Because I wouldn't just accept and love myself for all that I already am at this current state. And I was talking to my mom on Sunday, and she was just like, you know, you look really good. And it's not the physical thing that she's seeing. What she's really telling me in a spiritual term is, wow, you look really happy being yourself. And I could have cried right then and there, and I probably will cry right now because, wow. That really touched me. To just think about where I was a year ago and the things I used to worry about and how stressed I was. I'm sure you can see it just as much as you can see how happy and confident I am. It shows. Everything really does show in pictures and videos because we are energy. So the energy that you feel on a consistent basis is basically the energy that you project. And last year I was so unhappy with the life and everyone, but it was bigger than that. I was just unhappy with myself and the decisions that I made because they weren't actually decisions that I made. They were influenced by everyone outside. My video cut off, but yeah, I'm having a crybaby moment. So early on in my journey, when I first started becoming woke or whatever, I really did blame my parents for not preparing me for life, not really seeing me, not nurturing my empathic abilities or whatever. And you know, I harbored, and to an extent, I still do harbor a certain level of resentment, but that's something that I am working on. Over the past few months of me just deciding I want to live an amazing life, and I'm going to live an amazing life, and I had already cut off everyone, so there was no one else left behind to stand in my way but me. So when I finally decided I'm gonna be happy by all means necessary, I noticed a shift. I noticed the world began to reflect the new love that I have for myself now.